Looks like, all right, Instagram's here, YouTube is here, and Facebook. Let me get YouTube squared away here. Cool. Karen checking in on first on Instagram. Woohoo! Kaylin second on Facebook. Let's see who comes in on YouTube. Anyone? Anyone? Very, very fun. Hey, welcome to an earlier session. Karen, I saw you. Yep. Welcome to an earlier session. It's Saturday night. We got to go. Steven on YouTube. So we have all my favorite people here. I love it. Yeah, anyway, so tonight, daughter's out doing some stuff. We got to go pick her up later, so I figured I'd get an episode in early. Karen's over here. Mandy, hello. Yeah, everything is okay. Georgine says hi. Kathy, hello from New Hampshire. Diane's here. Let's see who else. Sally's over on YouTube. Very nice. Good to see you. Debbie from Rockford, Illinois. Stacy from Maryland. Good to see you. Did you win the lottery yet? I hope so. Roxanne checking in from Newfoundland, Canada. We're international. Margie, hello. Happy Saturday. Yeah, Andrea, we're going to talk about that. The new space is absolutely incredible. It's going to be cool. The capability that they have is it's exactly what I need. So very, very fun. Toronto's checking in. Very nice over on Instagram. Lucy's here. Yeah, Mick is here. Let's see. I'm missing a lot of folks. Tammy Valparaiso. Andrea in Snowy, Maine. I saw that. Beth, hello. Thank you. Kaylin, I've missed you as well. Very much so. Treva, hello from North Carolina. Let's see who else I got. I got that Kathy from Minnesota. Susan, yay! Susan made it. So Susan was asking me earlier about getting the notification for when we go live. Twitter, hands down, the best way to find out if we're going live. Follow WhysAdvice on Twitter. I pretty much only use that to talk about the show. So if I go live on as soon as I put it in the calendar, Twitter lets you know, and then Twitter lets you know as soon as I go live. So then you don't have to watch on Twitter because I'm not doing a live broadcast on Twitter. But then you can switch to your preferred platform and look for me. So real quick, got a special treat for you that I think you'll enjoy. So are you ready for a special treat? Yeah? No? Let's see what else we got. That's Florida. So yeah, I like the earlier time too. Someone is I missed it, but I saw it. Update on the minifigure. I placed the order. They come shipped in from the UK. They had to get my hair all right, but as soon as they get here, they're already on fatdag.com. If you click on store, the store is inactive, but you can see it. As soon as I figure out the final pricing, I'll update that maybe. And anyway, but I only ordered 50 of them. I'll be honest with you, because I have to pay for them up front. So I only ordered 50, and so if it's one of those things you want one, you keep an eye on it. I hate to be that way, but keep an eye on it, and then they'll go. I will keep reordering until they quit selling, but I buying them all on my own is not fun and or easy. So, cool. Donna, Colton, New York. All right, so special treat. Queens, New York, checking in. There's all kinds of people here. Tammy's here. Denise is here. Keith is here from Chile, North Carolina. Linda's here. Marianne, Chrissy, Myra checking in from New Jersey. Robin from Tennessee. Man, it's just absolutely crazy. So, all right, here's what we got. Here. So, the other day, I'll be here. We'll do a group. So that's Facebook, that's YouTube, and that's Instagram. Got it. So yeah, so obviously the other night, went to the ER. Obviously Janine had surgery December 13th. Mm-hmm. Everything went well, but then on
Thursday.
Was it Thursday? Yeah, mm-hmm. Thursday. This lady's crazy, right? So on Thursday, I have a Weight Watchers meeting. So I'm doing my normal meeting. I go to work during the day. I go right from work to my Weight Watchers meeting. I go from my Weight Watchers meeting to dinner by myself. And then I usually get home around 8 o'clock on Thursdays. That's a typical Thursday. And maybe 7:30 sometimes. Yeah. So anyway, so this particular Thursday, so she had surgery on the 13th. Everything's going well. But on Thursday around 4 o'clock, all of a sudden not feeling well.
No.
No. I think maybe there's some complications from the surgery. Not exactly sure. So this is at 4 o'clock. So I'm still at my regular work. Rather than her texting me, she waits until, because she knows I'm going to be at a Weight Watcher meeting, doesn't want to interrupt that. And she knows my schedule so well that she knows that the meeting ends around 6:30, and from 6:30 to 7, I go to dinner. So at 6:31, she texts me and says, "Hey, how are you?" And I said, "Good." And she goes, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm getting ready to go to dinner." And she's like, "Okay, well, I'll have Megan take me to the emergency room."
Right.
And I'm like, "No, I'll be right home." She goes, "Well, I thought you said you were going to dinner." I'm like, "Well, no, I'm not going to dinner if you need to go to the emergency room."
Right.
Silly. So the meeting's about 25 minutes from the house, so I said I'll be home as soon as I can. So I raced home. She literally was standing in the driveway. It's -1 degrees out. She's standing in the driveway. We go to the emergency room and they give you morphine.
Yes.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
Give her some morphine, do a CAT scan, figure out what's going on, call the doctor, our doctor, got everything taken care of. Everything's going to be okay. We got another test coming up. We got an MRI scheduled maybe sometime next week or something. But all in all, it's good. So the cool thing is I went live from the emergency room, which was kind of funny. She's laughing at me.
Yes.
Right. But it was one of those, we were supposed to do a show that night. And, obviously the priority's here. You know that. There's no question about that. But there were periods of time. We were in the emergency room from about 7:30 to 2.
Yeah.
So there was plenty of downtime. Everything was fine. We got sleepy. Had some animal crackers out of the vending machine. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
No, vaguely.
The medicine had kicked in at that point.
Yeah, a little morphine. So anyway, so you guys, incredible. So I went live, told you what's going on. The amazing support that you guys provide really was very comforting, believe it or not, wasn't it?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yep. So anyway, but we're fine. Everything is
All is good.
All is good.
Yeah.
And we'll just appreciate your thoughts and prayers and all your support. We'll keep going and just figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Right?
One more test.
One more test.
We're done.
And we're done.
Yep.
But all in all, it's good.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for your sweet messages and everything. It's greatly appreciated.
Yep. They're awesome.
They're awesome.
All right.
I'll let you get back to work.
Give me a kiss. Love you.
Love you.
See you in a bit. All right. There's the update. So a lot of you guys have been asking, so I wanted to make sure you heard it from her. All is good. But, I tell you, honestly, I was thinking about like when I'm trying to figure out the balance, right? Just a regular guy, regular family, and I know this weight loss journey is mental for all of us. And so, and I know when I read posts on Connect, there are posts that I read that to me are not weight loss related. But I know to the person who posted it, it absolutely is. So in those cases, I scroll through some of them I read and some of them I can relate to. But we're such a big community, it's hard to say that everything relates or doesn't relate, but to the person who posted it absolutely relates. But we see those posts all the time, like, why are they posting this? So I hesitate in a sense to post anything that I don't feel is weight loss related, because I just don't want to have a distraction in a community where we're trying to stay focused on what we're trying to do. So, but I also know that I'm in a little bit of a different scenario with so many of you guys that are amazingly following along, and I talked to so many of you offline. It's really hard for me to understand what I posted where and what. So I just feel the need to. I'm an oversharing kind of guy. You're gonna get it all on whatever medium it is. So I was hesitant to post that in Connect because I just didn't know. I didn't know what the reaction was going to be. I actually honestly did expect someone to say, "Dude, who cares?" or something along those lines. And I got none of that. I got 100% of "we're here for you," and then the amount of texts that you guys have sent me, the amount of voicemails you left me, the emails, the Facebook messages. I love it. It's a little bit overwhelming, but it's wonderfully overwhelming and extremely comforting. So So thank you very, very, very much for that. So that's the update there. Update on the studio side. One of the things that I told you as I started 2018 is I'm at a point in this journey where I have to either, and Janine said this while we were in the emergency room. So we're in the emergency room. Obviously, again, like I said, we had plenty of downtime. There was no interruption from what's going on, but went live a couple times just to say hi. And the words she used were, to some extent, our life is no longer our own. And so when you live in a little bit of a public life, and it's far from public, I get that, but in this community, it's a little more than I'm used to. So she said, our life is not really our own. We're sharing it with so many people and blessing so many people with our story, that I realized that something has to change a little bit for us. And so what I want to do is, here we are at 9:15. I started working on the show about a little bit before 8. Got the show already, so now I already have an hour and 15 minutes in the show. We're gonna go live we're already live. We're gonna do the show for about 30-40 minutes, and then I'm gonna publish it. So as I've told you more than once, it's 3-4 hours to get a show in. So I met with a production company because I said, guys, I want to continue doing what I'm doing, but the piece that's making it more difficult is the actual, cutting the video and making the video and all this stuff. And this company, we met for almost 2.5 hours the other day. The technology they have that I can leverage is just absolutely amazing. We're going to go for it, and they're going to take over a large portion. They're going to produce the show for me. They're going to take the emails, put them into categories. They're going to give me a script, and then I can preview the script before the show. Then they're going to handle all of the live. Like right now, before I went live, I had to press play on all these different devices. They're going to have one video system. The show will continue to be live. We'll be able to do phone call interviews. We'll be able to do video interviews where you have two people on the same screen talking live to each other. All of that capability is coming in 2018. So it's incredibly exciting. I can't believe how fortunate I am to find a company that's 5 minutes down from the house that I can do that. So that's 2018 in a bubble. I'm sharing that vision with you because I want you guys to come along. What we know is this journey takes focus, discipline, all that good stuff. It takes a constant reminder that we are doing this for the right reasons. So that's it sounds kind of fun, right? I think it's so exciting. Imagine how fun it'd be right now. We're live, and all of a sudden you're going to see a split screen, and I can talk to any one of you who wants to call in on, Zoom is the app that we're going to use probably. And we can just sit and have I can do interviews that you can see both videos at the same time. We can show off some of these amazing bodies we've earned. So it's very, very cool. So your support is making that happen. So those of you who signed up through Patreon, I really, really, really appreciate that. That is one of the revenue streams that's going to help cover the cost of that. The other is, I met with 7 different advertisers over the course of the week. I have insertion orders for a handful of advertisers who want to jump on board and tell you about the amazing products. And I can tell you there's a couple of them I said, this isn't a revenue stream for me. This is about helping you. So if I find a product that I believe is beneficial to us in our journey, I will let you know about it. In exchange, they will help us build the show bigger and better. So appreciate those opportunities when they come along. There's none tonight, so we're clean. But I wrestled with that because one of the things, the one that I hate personally, when I watch YouTube videos and I watch podcasts, I absolutely hate advertising because of the standpoint of I just really want to watch the show. But what I'm starting to realize is that I can't do this alone. I can't produce the entire show. I certainly don't have the money to hire this production company on my own. So together, between us and you and the patrons and advertisings together, we will make the show amazing. And my pledge to you is that, again, we're not going to talk about buying lawnmowers. It does nothing to do with us to talk about buying lawnmowers. So everything we talk about, that I tell you about, will be something that I've tested, true, believe in, and anyway, we'll push it out that way. So enough rambling. Let me catch up here, see who else I missed on all of the channels. When I talk, it's hard to read at the same time. So So I'm just now seeing on Facebook your comments from, hey, Teresa's here. Woohoo. Very cool. Holly from California, I got you checking in. So yeah, and if it's a walk behind lawnmower and you can get some steps, yeah, you're right. So there no riding lawnmowers. We're not going to talk about riding lawnmowers whatsoever. But if you're a lawnmower company and you have a push mower that has a step tracker built in, we absolutely will advertise that on the show. That's a good idea, right? Make a push mower with a step counter built in. I think we're onto something. Terry checking in from Vero Beach. Let's see. Denise, it's so warm here. Yeah. So before the show, Denise sent me a text. Well, she sent it a couple days ago, but just now getting around to it. But she sent me a text of her eating lunch. Beautiful. It looked like chicken, I think. Beautiful chicken breast sitting out and you could tell it was sunny out there. Julie, hello. Kathy is here. Kim from Pennsylvania, Oklahoma. Teresa's checking in. Yeah, Laurel's too cold to go anywhere in Minnesota. Very, very fun. Very cool. So let's see. Scrolling through your comments here on Facebook, and then we'll get caught up to the show. Episode 146 is, 156 is it. Yeah, morphine. Yeah, Kathy's commenting that's what women do about the... Yeah, I mean, literally, from 4 to 7, she waited for me to get done my Weight Watcher meeting. That's crazy. I told her later on, no. Keith is watching a 55-inch 4K. Man, Keith is a technology boy. Mr. Gonzalez checking in on Instagram. You guys remember him? He did a couple of the art things that we've done feature for show art. He's drawn them. So Freddie, good to see you checking in over on Instagram. Welcome. All right, trying to get caught up here. Looks like a lot of, and you guys are, I can't tell you how awesome this community is. It really, really is awesome. Let's see. All right, I'm going to skip all the way. I'm skipping a bunch of comments. So if I skipped your comment, I apologize. But I need the comments to go through when we go live. So episode 156 coming up. Are you ready? 156. So check. Kim's checking in from Canada. It's funny when I was working with the producer and I logged into my download account and I showed him the show downloads and how many there's a lot of stats that I'm learning. One of them is consumption rate, and one of them is total downloads, obviously. And so my host has switched over to what they call IAB standards, meaning I only get credit for downloads that are true. So I don't get credit for, if you listen to the same episode 15,000 times in the same day, it's one download. So anyway, so our stats are true stats that advertisers love to see, so they understand how many people are listening and watching. And so I met with the producer, and he's digging through my stats or our stats, right? And he's digging through the stats, and he's like, okay. He goes, how much money have you spent on advertising? I'm like, none. He's like, how did you grow this audience? I'm like, I just like them, And so it was just kind of funny. We impressed him, so keep that up, and we'll rock. So episode 156, let's do it. Mic check, testing, 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be really cool when I go to the studio and all I do is walk in with my script in my hand and go, hi. I don't have to worry about mic checks. I don't have to worry about audio. all I have to do is connect. That's the piece I'm 100% most looking forward to is it frees me up from all this technology stuff that I like learning, but I don't know how to do. So cheers. Here's to you for sure. Hey, I'll still do a mic check. Why not? So I just think it's going to be cool that we can have live two people at the same live feed at the same time. I think that's the coolest part. So episode 156 coming up to you now. Whoa. Here we go. Oh wait, I saw it. Wait. Let's see. Sorry. Chris is here. Woohoo! Brittany's checking in live, checking in for the very first time. Very cool. And Amy gets the goal. Cool. You guys are awesome. Here we go. And so for those of you who are catching it live, you're going to appreciate this. Most of you think that this part is pre-recorded, but I am your host, Fat Dag, and you're listening to WhysAdvice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, and your celebrations, and I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Hello there. Welcome to episode 156 of WhysAdvice. And once again, always appreciate this community. Thank you so much for your text, your tweets, your Facebook post, your connect post, your tags. Incredibly overwhelming, your thoughts of prayers and comfort as me and my family go through some difficult times. But before the live show, my wife was able to join us at the live show to say hi and thank you to everybody. And I think you guys will all agree she looks amazing. An incredible, strong lady that she is. I'm extremely fortunate, but also fortunate to have a community such as this where we can continue to support each other because we all know that we are better together and we work together and we're just so connected. That's the beauty of this, is that we're all working the same exact journey. So thank you for that. If you're curious when we go live, Twitter is hands down the best way to find out when we're going live. Follow WhysAdvice on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, just go make one. Follow, the only account you need to follow is WhysAdvice. Turn on the notifications. As soon as I decide I'm going to do a show, I put it in the calendar and you get an alert. 15 minutes before the show, you get an alert. When the show goes live, you get an alert. Then you'll never miss a show. And at that point, you can jump on Facebook, you can jump on YouTube, you can jump on Instagram. You can catch the show wherever it is. And so that's the best way to find out when we're going live. The number one question I get is when are you going live and what time? And I solved that by putting all that information in Twitter. And I do a pretty good job of keeping that up to date. So thank you for that. Continue to thank all of you who are supporting through the Patreon community. That just continues to grow. I think last time I checked, there was 154 of you who are providing support for the show. Thank you so much for that. But let's dive in to some incredible news. The whole reason we do this is to celebrate and to prove to you that what you're trying to do is possible. Karen out of Long Island writes in and says, "Dear Fat Dag, thank you for the WhysAdvice podcast and your unwavering support of all of us. Today, January 6th, 2018, I reached goal. The usual question is always, how long did it take? Today at my meeting, my leader brought me up front and asked, the first question she asked was, how did you keep your motivation? I was so prepared for that answer. I explained that we all know that Weight Watchers works, but you must have your why. Once you do, nothing will stop you. Nothing. My original why was to break the family tradition of my parents. They each died on their 66th birthday. This past December, I celebrated my 67th birthday, and I'm proud to say the healthiest I have ever been in my life. Losing 80.8 pounds on Weight Watchers, off diabetes medication, exercising 5 to 6 days a week has contributed to my health. I have revisited my why, and I'm focusing on my granddaughter's sweet 16 in 12 years. I will post pictures of that day from the dance floor. In 6 weeks, I will be joining you and the others in Team Lifetime. Love, Karen, out of Long Island. Karen is KA Doug 12 on Connect. You need to go out and follow this guy. Incredible. Outstanding. 80.8 pounds. 80.8. Think of 80.8 pounds. That doesn't happen by accident. You can't just pretend to want to lose weight. You just can't kind of half go at this thing. You have to make a decision that you want this more than anything. You have to understand your why. You have to bounce up every single decision against your why. As Karen says, once you do that, nothing will stop you. Nothing can stop you if you know why you're doing this. You never forget it, and you continually ask yourself, do I want this, or do I want to make goal? Do I want to sit and watch more TV this afternoon, or do I want to make goal? Do I want to go out to dinner again this week, or do I want to make goal? I'm sure Karen can attest to, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to care, and you have to stay focused every single day and doing it. It's why we do the show daily. It's why there's 156 episodes. Every single morning you should dive in and listen to something, because if you start your day off in the right frame of mind, knowing what your why is, staying motivated, you absolutely can have the exact same success. You can reach your goal. The most amazing thing about this journey is every single person I talked to who's made goal, not a single one of them was a superhero. They were all regular people who knew what they wanted to do and did it. It's an incredible journey. If you're not 100% committed, you're not 100% focused on your goal, you're robbing yourself of an unknown joy that you can only describe when you get there. Karen feels it. She absolutely knows what it's like. And in 6 weeks, she'll join Team Lifetime. Lifetime. For the rest of your life, you're a member of Weight Watchers. You don't have to pay the rejoining fee. You just simply continue working the plan. Now, Karen, again, congratulations. You have no idea how incredibly proud of you I am. The next 6 weeks, as you navigate maintenance, just figure out what your groove is. So you just continue to go do some ups and downs and add some points in and figure out where your body works the best with everything you got going on. You weigh in 6 weeks at your goal weight, and you are joining us at Team Lifetime. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your email. Thank you for your unwavering support as well. You're a huge inspiration. 80.8 pounds. There are so many people who start this journey with 80 pounds overweight that just don't even believe it's possible. Karen just did it. At 67 years old, Karen just did it. Don't tell me you can't do it. Next up, Jill writes in, says, "Hi, Fat Dag. My name is Jill. I live in Illinois. I'm sure I'm beating a dead horse here, but this week after New Year's Day, it's the first time that I've been trying to do freestyle 100%. I reached my goal of losing 75 pounds in August under the Smart Points program. I was maintaining below goal at 38 points a day. And then, bam, came the holidays. I'm ashamed to say I really pigged out, the operative word being pig. And I gained 6 pounds over the holidays. That is terrible. I'm now 2 pounds above my goal weight, and I'm afraid to go to my first January weigh-in because I don't want to start paying again. I changed my settings in the app back to losing weight instead of maintaining to get this weight off, and to my horror, my points went from 38 to 23 on freestyle. I'm trying so hard to stick with it, but I go over my points every single day when incorporating the 0-point foods. It doesn't make me feel any better to know this is all my fault. But I have never struggled so badly since I first joined Weight Watchers. Is there any advice or motivation you have that can help me? I don't want to fail, and I'm never going back to the way I was. Thank you for your podcast. They have really helped me during this journey. Jill. Jill, congratulations on reaching goal. 75 pounds. It doesn't happen by accident. You work the program very, very well to systematically prove that you can follow it, that you can get down to 75 points. Sorry, 75 pounds down. When you first joined, the amount of points we gave you when you had to start was significantly more than the 38 that you had on Smart Points. And at some point, you made the adjustment down to 38. You had to make some changes in your eating along the way. You can do this. Here's a couple things I want to let you know. As I read through your email, I can see a concern that I have is that you are putting too much emphasis on the negative side of this journey. You're down 75 pounds. 75 pounds. That is absolutely incredible. You know how many people on this planet would trade everything they have to be down 75 pounds? You're absolutely a rock star in this program. You totally got this. I want you to reframe your mindset as the rock star that you are. Now, I want you to go to your first meeting in January because there's a couple reasons why I want you to go. The new freestyle plan, it takes an adjustment for you to figure it out. That meeting room needs to see what success looks like. That meeting room needs someone in there who's down 75 pounds, who is figuring it out alongside of them. As you do that, together you sit in that meeting room and you work together back and forth and you make the changes. You're not going to gain 75 pounds in January trying to figure this out. You're going to be okay. Be the prize. Show the room you can do it. Now, what I saw in your email is the term that you used is that you don't want to go to your first meeting in January because you don't want to start paying again. Now, I believe it's $15 to go to the meeting, right? And then so you said in the month of December, you really pigged out, the operative word being pig, and you gained 6 pounds. I'm pretty sure that in order for you to gain 6 pounds, you probably spent at least $15 on extra food. So you take that out, you reframe it, you go to your meeting, you gladly hand over the $15 because you're in there for the support to get it done. You can do this. Don't stress about the money. It's not a money issue. You know, it's absolutely a mentality issue for you. Because if it was about the money, then you wouldn't have had the money to get the extra food over December. So we've established that you can do it. We've established that it's all mental. And what I want you to do is recognize the rock star that you are. As I watch Facebook comments, as I'm doing this show live, the amount of people who are showing the support and who are proud of you, who are saying, you've got this, go reframe, go take this on and tackle it. You can do this. You said you gained 6 pounds. You've already lost 4 of them. You've proven you can do this. Congratulations on losing 75 pounds. Congratulations on reaching your goal. Congratulations on an amazing life that you built. You took control and got it done. Don't give that control back. You don't need to give it back. You absolutely can do this. Out of North Wales, Pennsylvania, Angela writes in, says, Dear Mike, with the start of 2018, I thought now was a good time to tell my story. My name is Angela. I'm 55 and I live in Pennsylvania. I became a lifetime member in 1998 and I'm currently working my way back to goal. Like many people, my number one reason for losing weight is my health. I have a number of chronic invisible illnesses which make life challenging. By invisible illnesses, I mean if you met me at the grocery store or in a Weight Watchers meeting, you wouldn't guess that I was sick. Some of the illnesses I have are related to obesity, including type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and sleep apnea. I also have severe migraines that bother me. The disease which affects my life the most is a rare disease called idiopathic pulmonary arterial hypertension, or pulmonary hypertension for short. Your lungs are a low pressure system, but people with PH have high pressure in their lungs, which makes it hard to get enough oxygen to their heart and the rest of their body. It can lead right to heart failure. The most prominent symptoms of this disease is shortness of breath. I was diagnosed with this disease December 2015, and the cause of my disease is unknown. Because of the pulmonary hypertension, I was hospitalized 3 times in the spring of 2017. I went back to Weight Watchers August 5th, 2017, and I started an additional medicine for the pH on August 7th, 2017. Between the new medicine and Weight Watchers, I am feeling so much better. My A1C went from 8.0 in June to 5.8 in December. In July, I could only walk 1,240 feet in a 6-minute walk test. In the same test in November, I could walk 1,640 feet. I lost 30 pounds in 2017, and I'm working to get back to goal in 2018. Mike, thank you for your service to both our country and the Weight Watcher community. I wish you good focus 2018. Angela. Angela, congratulations on changing your life. You're down 30 pounds. Your step increase from 1,240 to 1,640 is direct proof of your weight loss. When you decided that you were going to make a change, you've completely reinvented your mind. As you reinvent your mind, you can now reinvent your body. The list of illnesses that you described as being invisible illnesses, many of them, as you said, are related to obesity. If you've listened to the show more than once, it doesn't take long to hear somebody else say they've reduced their blood pressure medicine. They've gotten themselves off of diabetes medicine. They've controlled their cholesterol. They've controlled their sleep apnea. All of those diseases that are related to obesity can go away if you cure the obesity. If you manage the obesity, you can completely change your life. Obviously, continue to check in with your doc. That's the most important piece. But so much of our life is our control. The American Heart Association, I talked to them back in the fall, and one of the things they told me, which completely changed my mind on this subject, is that roughly 15% of heart disease is hereditary. The other 85% is because we didn't take care of the heart that we were given. And when you think of that, I think so many of us just make the assumption that as we get older, we're supposed to become less and less healthy. And the reality is that not true. It's as we become less focused on taking care of ourselves, we get more and more unhealthy. Angela, as you now shift your focus back to taking care of you, you can regain many of those health benefits that you'd previously given away. Go do this. You're a lifetime member from 1998. You absolutely know you can do this. It's not a question of can I? It's not a question of do you think I can? It's absolutely a question of will you? Do you want this? I want it for you. I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself. But what I can see in your email is a winner, someone who's able to do this, someone who absolutely can take control of their life already has down 30 pounds, which does not happen by accident. You're increasing your activity. You're changing your life. And as you continue to change your life, you will continue to gain more and more of those health benefits. And that's when we celebrate. Out of Dallas, Mandy writes in and says, hello, I'm on my first week. I used Weight Watchers years ago and I lost 30 pounds. I'm about 5 pounds heavier than that now at 191. My goal is 150. My question is, I'm really active. I think I will average about 70 fit points a week. Between that and the weeklies, how many extra points should I be eating? I just started listening, but I'm really enjoying your podcast. Thanks. Mandy out of Dallas. Mandy, congratulations on your first week. Way to attack it. You know, you used to do Weight Watchers years ago. You lost 30 pounds. You've proven that it works. No one rejoins Weight Watchers because it didn't work for them the first time. They understand that the reason it didn't work was probably attributed to them not sticking with the program. You would never pay money to something you absolutely, without a doubt, did not believe worked. So the fact that you've rejoined and you've recommitted, you've proven to yourself that you know this works. You lost 30 pounds before, so you clearly do know that it works for you. As you gained the weight back, that's something that I did. That's something that I can't tell you how many people did. I realized at this point in my journey, I'm going to have to manage this for the rest of my life. And so similar to your story, you know, I would lose 30 pounds and I would quit and I would gain that 30 back. And that number no longer scared me. So I would always rejoin at a higher weight than the time previous. I did that for 5 times. The 5th time I joined was, again, the highest and the most I'd ever weighed in my life. I know quitting this time for me, even as I'm sit here at you know, very comfortable at my goal weight, very comfortable on Team Lifetime, as I sit here, I know that if I were to give all this up, if I were to try and manage this without the help, the tools, the support, the wingmen who are out there, I know that 210 wouldn't scare me. 220 wouldn't get me back to recommit. I know that it would take probably 270, 280 pounds for me to be scared enough to get back to the program. That's not going to happen to me. What's going to happen is I'm going to continue manage this. I'm going to continue to check in with the wingman group. I'm going to make sure I have support along the way and get it done. All of that is the answer to your question. The question, though, about activity doesn't matter if you know your why. But I will give you the answer that you're looking for, is that how many weekly points should you be eating if you earn 70 fit points a week? Well, here is 100% my opinion on the subject, and I'm going to preface it with you've got to figure out that number for yourself. But how I approached it was I used my activity points as extra credit in my weight loss. I did not want to simply go spend an hour at the gym only to come home and eat. My doctor very, very wisely summed it up for me years ago. And one of the times I went in to see him, I think I've shared this before, but I went in to see him and I said, he said, Mike, your weight's creeping up. I said, yeah, I know, doc. I said, I'm going to the gym. I lied to him. I said, yeah, I'm going to the gym. And he goes, well, let me ask you something. He goes, what are you doing in the gym? And I said, well, doc, you know, I'm on the treadmill for about an hour. He goes, well, how long does it take on the treadmill to burn 500 calories? I said, oh, geez, that's probably, what I'm doing is probably an hour and a half. And he said, okay, well, let me ask you this. He goes, so, you know, if you're going to burn 500 calories in an hour and a half on the treadmill, the average person needs roughly 2,000 calories a day to maintain their body weight. You're eating 4,000 calories. You're busting your tail to burn 500. You're still overeating. So, Mike, let me ask you this, is would you agree with me that it's probably easier not to eat the Snickers bar than it would be to eat it and try and burn it off on the treadmill? And when he said that to me, it kind of clicked. I got to the point where I'm like, yeah, you know, 500 calories is a lot of work, fitness-wise. And at that point, I said, okay, I got it. And so as you start on this weight loss journey, congratulations on making a difference in your life. But know that the fitness points that you earn should be used as extra credit in your weight loss. Now, if you're going extreme on it, yes, your body at some point may need some more food. My general rule of thumb, and I can't find this in print anywhere, it's just something I completely made up. My general rule of thumb is eat about a quarter of at the most of your activity points. Don't use them strictly to go grab something that you're addicted to. If you're going to dig into the extra food for the week, do it in a healthy manner. But you can do that now with 0-point foods. So here's what I want you to think about here's a hypothetical scenario. If you're used to eating 4 meals a day because you're working out, and all of a sudden now you can't work out, you now need to find a way to control the habit of eating that 4th meal. Whereas if you train your body to get 3 good meals a day, and you work out on top of that, the days that you can't exercise, the days that you can't work out, you don't have to fight the cravings and urges of eating an extra meal or really bad food. If you're working out simply for the sake of being able to overeat and to grab the junk food, you're doing it wrong. Now, I'm not saying you can't have it, because we know if you want it, track it, enjoy it, move on. But if you're solely working out to eat more food, you need to rethink that. You need to use that as extra credit. You need to get to your goal weight. You need to get back to that 30 pounds, down to the place that you knew you felt amazing. And when you get there, we absolutely jump up and down and we celebrate. Mandy, thank you for your email. Go get it done. 70 fit points a week is significant. Way to go. Allie writes in, says, Dear Not Fat Dag, I've been doing Weight Watchers since September 2017 this round. You would expect that I would be lifetime by now, or at least somewhere close. No, you would be wrong. I am indeed up from my starting weight. I haven't been trusting the program as much as I had hoped. I have been doing the same things before joining Weight Watchers, but I was expecting different results. Sometimes I would lose a little here and there, but never enough to really kick it in to high gear. When freestyle was announced, I was excited. I thought, well, this is exactly what I need to get my mind in gear and finally lose the weight. Wrong. I tried to manipulate the 0-point foods to my advantage by basically overeating them. Hilarious, I know, since those foods are 0 points because they aren't typically foods we overeat with. I did, though. I gained weight again. I was so disappointed in myself for not trusting the program and actually getting some results. Now that 2018 is here, I've had some real big eye-openers. I had blood work done December 16th. It turns out my TSH levels are way off because I haven't been taking my meds. Oops. And I'm on the verge of being pre-diabetic. This is something that scares me to death. I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant with my son. I don't want to have to prick my finger to see how much of something I need to eat. I have 6 weeks to get some numbers in the semi-normal range. There is not a discussion of medication yet, but if I don't make this real and an honest change, I bet that is the next step. Here is to cutting the crap and getting my health in control in 2018. I have some pretty awesome accountability buddies for my meeting that I know I would be worse off without those 2 ladies. Again, thank you for the work you put into this podcast when you don't have to. I appreciate every single one I listen to. It really connects with me every listen, and sometimes I listen to multiple times. Thank you, Fat Dag. Really are truly an inspiration to us all. Allie. Allie, I don't expect anything out of this journey except for the fact that you give it your all. And so I don't expect that you will be at lifetime because you've been on the program for a set amount of time. That's not how it works. This is not a time-based program. You can't join and then 4 years later be lifetime. It doesn't work that way. You can join and be lifetime quickly. You can join and be lifetime later. The timeline doesn't matter, but it's indicative of the amount of focus, work, discipline, dedication you put into it. You can shorten it a little bit. You can stretch it out. Your body is the one in control. You are in control of what you do with the food side of it, with the activity side of it. So I absolutely have no expectations when you join of what day and time that you should be at lifetime. So keep going up. I understand exactly. We talked about it earlier in this episode where you are indeed up from your starting weight. For many of us, that's how it goes. Once we start seeing numbers on the scale, we become comfortable with them. And as we lose weight and that number goes down, as we stop doing it and we get back up, those numbers aren't scary anymore because we live with them. So you made a very, very good point in your email, is that you joined so many times and you were doing the same old thing and expecting different results. That's the number one thing that I see, is that so many of us, we want to join this program. We want to do everything that we've always done, but we also want to lose weight as well. The reality is it doesn't work that way. You've heard the quote, it's such a popular quote, is, the definition of insanity is to continue to do the same things over and over and over again and expect different results. If you want to look different, you have to be different. If you want to feel different, you have to act different. If you want to lose weight, you have to eat different. There's nothing more to it. Weight Watchers provides a great framework for how to eat different. So generally, if you were already doing that naturally, you wouldn't be joining the program. So as we work with this to try and figure out how to eat properly, you've heard me call this more than once, call this food school, because I wasn't eating properly. I was way overeating, and how many of us the first week we join, we scan some of our favorite foods and we find out that one meal is significantly more than we get for an entire day's worth of food. Well, no kidding. And so we now have to learn how to make those changes. Don't at all expect different results from doing the same thing over and over and over. Go do something different. As you lose a little here and there, the cool thing in that is that you've proven you can lose. If you said what you did, sometimes I would lose a little here and there, that's how the program works. That's all you have to do, is lose a little here and there. And then continue to lose a little here and a little there. A 0.2 weight loss, for an entire year is a really good number when you don't quit. So many of us want to hop on that scale at that first weigh-in and see a 10-pound loss, and it just doesn't happen that way. As you work this program, there will be days where you gain weight, but you leave that meeting room on fire knowing you can do it, and you spend all of your energy the following week and you rock it. Trust the program. Trust you to follow the program. Rid yourself of the disappointment, because this is not easy. It's doable. It's absolutely doable. It's not hard in that sense, but it's focus, discipline, and effort to get there. Don't be disappointed in yourself. 2018 is here. I, again, in this show, already mentioned that your blood work, yes, they're way off. Follow your doctor's orders. Obviously, continue taking your medication. I'm not a doctor. Don't replace any of my advice for the advice your doctor gives you. But you had gestational diabetes. You know what that's like. And now I'm telling you that with focus, discipline, dedication, you can prevent that. How bad do you want it? Cut the crap, as you said. Get to a healthy weight. Get in control in 2018. I'm using your words. They were looking right at me on this paper. I didn't make this up. This is what you want. Go get it. Use your accountability team to go get this. There are so many people. I can't tell you how many emails I've gotten, and I'll be completely honest. The amount of email I get from people who have completely changed their life, who've taken themselves off of a list of medications, it absolutely was a surprise to me. I had heard it many times. I had, I knew other people to do it. Even as I knew that, I didn't believe that was possible. I thought my first diagnosis of high blood pressure was it. I never thought, I made the excuse that, oh, I'm getting older, so therefore it's just natural for me to be on pills. I lost the weight and my doctor took me off the medication. And I can't tell you again how many emails I get that say that exact same thing. If you want to take care of your life, take care of your life. Obesity causes so many diseases, so many of the things that we suffer from, so many of the ailments we just attribute to old age are not old age at all. Sure, getting old has something to do with it, but the reality is it's our inability to take care of our own selves is what makes it worse on ourselves. Stay connected to your team. Stay connected to the podcast. If you haven't already, get over to the Facebook group, WhysWingman.com. That'll automatically launch you into the Wise Wingman Facebook group. Join in there. That group is an amazing group of wingmen who are all working to get it done. We continue to tune into the podcast. We continue to reach out to each other. We find someone else to be an accountability partner to. We show them that it can get done. As you show them that it can get done, you don't need to be scared to death. You can be happy. You can be thrilled. You can completely change your life and you can get to goal. That's right. You can get to goal. How do I know that? Because I've seen it done so many times. I've seen so many people who didn't think it was possible do it. These are regular people working regular jobs, with regular families, with regular commitments, with regular life struggles, and every single one of them did it. Are you going to join that group? Now accepting applications. Apply within. Folks, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to know what it is you're celebrating. Let's share it on the air. Go to fatdag.com. Click on Wise Advice Podcast. Send in your celebrations, your comments, your stories, your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. This show 100% revolves around your story. You telling the world you can get it done so that the world believes that they can get it done. That's why we're together, so that we all know that this is possible. I also want you to be very proud of what you're doing, because just the commitment alone to want to do something different is absolutely amazing, and you're doing it. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. Nothing. You have to remain disciplined. You have to remain focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Linda says, you fill my sales. Man, Instagram already? Instagram, we're going to time out in 1:53. Let me shut the recording off and I'll reboot Instagram. And we'll come back and we'll do a post show over on Instagram. But we only got 1:45 left on Instagram. So 2 seconds, let me stop the recording. All right. Okay, recording stopped. All right, Instagram, let me reboot you, okay? How do I stop Instagram? Let's see. End live video, share, and then go back to start live video. All right, Instagram should be coming back on board. So, yeah, Marie, I was on fire. It's been a couple days since we've done a show, and it's like, ugh! I want you to get to goal. Period. That's it. There's no other reason to do this. So, yeah, I'm on fire tonight. Fire, very much fire. So, Instagram folks, welcome back. Good to see you. All of you jumping back in. Yeah, you guys are funny. Denise, you're in tears. This one really spoke to you. Good. That's, I'm a firm believer is if you walk this journey and you're in tears over the journey, then you can get it done. Period. if somewhere along this journey, whether it be tears of joy or tears of not joy, if you can cry over this journey, that is your why. That is your focus. That is the inside of you that can get it done. Channel that energy, channel that emotion, and do it. Man, it feels so good. Man, it's something you all should want. You should want it more than anything. Period. I mean, man, sorry, a little ramble tonight. A little bit. Kathy, thanks. Diane, thank you. Linda, thank you. Robin, thank you. Donna, wow. Kathy says she's going after it. Jennifer says, yes, sir. Very, very fun. Patty says there, great podcast. Tammy, this is a great podcast group. Jane here. Chris says Grand Slam. Chris, remind me, I saw it on Facebook today. What, 158? Is that your number? I trust me, guys. I follow all of you to the best that I can. I can't keep it all straight, but I think you're down 158, right, Chris? So incredible, dude. Absolutely blows my mind how awesome you are. So let me scroll through here and see what else I got. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, there's Beth gives me 4 fire bombs. Laura only gives me 3 fire bombs. Teasing. Karen says, awesome show. Thanks so much. Karen, you opened it. You opened the show. You right here. Look at this. 80.8 pounds. I meant to actually call you out during the show because I saw your comments. But I unfortunately saw your comments after I'd already moved on to the next segment. But I think I think we both agree the love is there. So amazing job. What I think is cool is at 67 years old you're getting it done, and so we think that because we're younger, it's easier, and the reality is it doesn't matter how old we are. If you want to be healthy, you can be healthy at any point in your life. Doesn't matter. Brittany, I needed it as well, so thank you. Jennifer, you're welcome. Donna says, this was so awesome tonight. I agree. Lisa, so excited about the future of your show and so thankful for what you've already done. Yeah, we talked about it at the pre-opening of the show. I'm beyond excited. The only piece that I'm a little bit not excited about is, I'll have to go to the studio to record the show. So, we'll figure that out. I'll be glad to do it. It's because the technology that we can do is going to be amazing. So I think what we're going to do initially is we're probably going to do a couple shows from there, a couple shows from here, and we'll ease into it. But we'll see. We will see. Excuse me. Let's see. Chris. So Chris is now 116 pounds away from goal. So you are more than halfway to goal. Chris, don't tell me you can't do it. You've done it. I know you. Let me back up. I know you haven't said you can't do it because you've been a motivational dude since day one. But you're more than halfway there. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's that doable. Marie says, love the earlier time. If you guys haven't seen it, I put it on. Put it in the Wise Wingman group. I put it on my Facebook group. But simplemost.com did an amazing story of 15 very inspirational weight loss stories. Marie wrote the article. She's an amazing writer. And so she reached out to me, I don't know, 3-4 days ago, asked if you could use some of my photos. I said, yeah, absolutely. I had no idea it was going to be a cool article like that. But if you haven't found that, like it, show her some love. And, she's in the Wise Wingman group. So very, very cool. Tammy, 100%. Yep. So, a couple things that, there may be some concern, right? So the thing, the thing that I am committed to is I don't want to change a thing. So I still want to do a pre-show, still want to do a post-show. That's how this is. And so that's not going to change. What's going to change is I don't have to do a lot of the work that I'm doing now. I don't have to figure out how to turn devices on. I don't have to figure out how to add lights. I don't have to all that stuff. So the technology piece is where they're helping me. But what makes this show to me is spending. We have about 130 people right now keeping an eye on what's going on. That's the show. Now you can listen whenever you want, but I know this interaction is key for me and it's key for you as well, and that's not going away. I promise you that. I love it. LaDonna says, I use your dude, help me out. Yeah. Oh, I want pizza. Dude, hook me up. I use that tonight, actually. If you've been following along, I'm really comfortable with my weight. I'm very happy between 185 and 190 is where I want to be on the scale. Anything less than 185, I feel like I'm too skinny. I don't really care for it too much. So this morning I was 187 and change. So I'm very, very much in line with exactly where I want to be. And so when we figured out dinner tonight, I was like, can we go here? I have a list of about 4 places that I know that I can eat an on-plan meal really easily. And so when my family starts talking about what are we having for dinner, I'll throw them out without even a discussion. Hey, let's go here. Yeah, I'm like, nope, that's where we're going. Because this is at 187. I don't want to be 188 tomorrow. I want to be 186 or 187 again in the morning, whatever. So yeah, dude, help me out. This is what we're doing together. Help me out. Yeah, no more excuses. Just focus. Carissa, you're welcome. Diane, 3.2 from goal. Awesome. 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 Sue, 11 pounds from goal. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So, hey, you guys are all saying the earlier time is good. I'll tell you, honestly, the reason we don't do an earlier time, because, I don't want to do it. Well, I'm literally in my home office. We have an open concept house. So the earlier I do the show means the earlier my family has to go to bed, because this microphone picks up the TV in the other room if they're watching TV. So the reason the show normally is at 10 is because that's bedtime around here. They go to bed. I turn on the computer. 9 o'clock means they have to sit quietly for an hour in their own house, which is not fun for them, I promise you. Maybe when we move to the studio, maybe the 9 o'clock time slot works better. Maybe an 8 o'clock time slot works better. I don't know. We will work through that together. Also, West Coast time, believe it or not, most of the people who check in are from the West Coast. So we'll see. And, maybe we'll do a schedule. Maybe it'll be like, Mondays at 7 and Wednesdays at 9 and Tuesdays at 5. But now that with the studio, because they're doing all of the planning, I bet you I'll be more consistent in the delivery, because the one thing that stops me from doing it is the prep. So if someone else is handling the prep, there's no reason we can't be a lot more consistent with the show. So, and then we can start booking time slots, and then you guys can really start making your schedule around when you want to be here. So very, 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 very cool. Yep. Facebook message right now as we're talking. Someone asked me how I lost 12 pounds in 12 days. Yeah, all I did was start tracking again, and so when you follow the plan, it works. I also knew, 12 pounds in 11 days. I know that, I know the thing about weight gain is that a lot of it is water weight, a lot of it is sodium. If you continue to overeat, it'll add up. But the first couple gains of pounds aren't fat. They're sodium and unprocessed food. So the quicker you reverse your trend and get right back at it, the quicker that goes away. So, yeah. But I'll be honest with you. I missed my gym workout Friday because we were at the emergency room all night Thursday night, and we didn't get home till 2. I wasn't going to my gym call in the morning. Didn't happen. I texted my trainer from the gym and from the ER and said I'm not going to make it. So I haven't worked out in 3 or 4 days, but I'm eating right. That's all. I'll take care of it. Daisy says 4.5 pounds to goal seems so far away. Not at all. You can do this. Let's see. Yeah, Lori says, yeah, it'll just happen when, you guys will know what goal is when you get there. That's the thing that's really, really, really cool. Yeah, Chris, I completely agree. Mentally, you are there. Yep, and Chris confirms 158 pounds down. Man, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Robin's asking, does Weight Watcher give you a goal number? Weight Watchers gives you a range. If you have a normal, healthy BMI, you can pick any number in that normal, healthy BMI range, call that goal. If you and your doctor agree on a different number, they will accept that as goal. So let's go hypothetical here. Let's say you weighed 1,000 pounds and your doctor said get down to 300 and you did. That's an incredible accomplishment. We don't need you to be in a normal BMI range at that point. Your doctor agrees you've completely changed your life. Your doctor says 300 pounds is perfect. You bring that note in from your doctor, you are at goal. That's that simple. So between you and your doctor and you and the healthy BMI chart, you get to figure out what goal is for you. I'm telling you right now, goal is a feeling and a look and a feel. It's not a number on the scale at all. So, Kathy needs to be on fire to start the new year. Yep. Yeah, Chris totally rocks. But you all rock. That's what's fun, right? It's like, it's very, admittedly, it's very difficult for me to keep up with everything. But I tell you, the things I read, I'm just blown away by every single person I read. I put it in the Wise Penguin group today. Is that group is amazing, full of so many awesome people getting it done. And you can't really, it's hard to single people out because everywhere you look, there's awesome people. Very, very, very fun. Jennifer says, I was 1 pound from goal before Christmas, but gained 4.6 over the holidays. Darn it. I was really mad at myself, but your show really helped me get my head back on straight. Bless you. So Jennifer, I'm just hypothetical, right? If you were 1 pound from goal and now you've gained 4.6, I'm going to make the assumption that you started your journey more than 4.6 pounds overweight. So whatever you did to get all the way down to 1 pound from goal, if you just keep doing that, you'll be at goal in no time. You're overthinking it. Absolutely overthinking it. You did amazing work to get to where you are. Just follow the plan. The plan works. Paula comes in with like a dozen firebombs. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 9. Yep, 9. Paula brings in 9 firebombs. Woohoo! I like it. Mary, this is your first podcast. You will be back. You were inspired. You will make goal. Mary, hopefully you have the app. I forgot to plug the app during the show, but go to your app store. This would be cool. If you guys could all do this, would be really cool. Go to your app store, review the app. There's like 500 and some reviews on the app, which is absolutely incredible. Review the app there. If you also would go into, if you're an Apple person, go into the podcast app and review the show in there. That way other people know how to get it. But definitely get the app so that it makes it easier. I think, would you guys all agree the app is easier? Yep, very, very cool. Laura brings in the fire bombs. Let's see. Scrolling through. Yeah, Pam says, nothing tastes better than reaching goal weight. Nope. Sherry lost 100 pounds but gained about 20 back, so you have motivated me tonight. You're still going to your meetings. Yep. If you've lost 100 pounds, you can lose 20. Totally can. Linda's 70, getting it done. You guys are what an amazing, amazing, amazing community. Yeah, BJ Kirby. BJ says, my doctor couldn't believe at 70 years old I'd lost 40 pounds. Yeah, because you wanted to. Susan says, great show. You've reached 5% of your weight loss. If you've reached your 5% weight loss, you can reach goal. 100%. You've proven you can do it. You've proven you have the tools. You've proven you have the motivation. You've proven you have the discipline. You've had some ups and some downs, and you still got it done. If you've lost 5%, you can lose as much as you want. 100%. Yep, Lisa says it right there. Daisy says, will I ever get to go 4.5 pounds away? Yes. Well, so I would ask you, why do you not think you can? You totally can. When you first joined, did you lose 5 pounds? So, you lose the last 5 pounds the exact same way you lost the first 5. It's that simple. Think about the first time you left your meeting. You went home, you scanned everything. That first week, you tracked everything. You threw away half of a cookie because the points didn't work out. And then somewhere along the line, you didn't do that. If you want to lose the last 4.5, you do exactly what you did to lose the first 4.5. No different. No different at all. Beth is here. Woo, Zuzu. I love that white dog. There's a beautiful white dog out of Alaska that we're gonna have to. We need pictures. Pictures. Let's see. Scrolling through, catching up. I love it. Dan says, Daisy, if Chris can lose 158 pounds, you can lose 5. Pretty much. Lisa, you can do this. Yep, being refocused. Scrolling through, catching up on comments. Melanie says, don't know how you do it. You give the best advice. You always know what to say. You make us believe you can get it done. I'll tell you, Melanie, here's what I believe is going on. So I was 91 pounds overweight. I was miserable. I hated it, but I didn't know I hated it until I started fixing it. I'm a regular dude. You saw, I mean, I have a 16-year-old daughter. You know, we live in a regular. I'm sitting in an office in my house. I'm not anything special, and I did it because I wanted to do it. So I'm not giving advice. I'm telling you what I did as a real person following the program and getting it done. You can do that. You absolutely, you know, if I thought I was special, I would say something along the lines of, yeah, well, you know, good luck, but you don't have the skills I have. But that's not true. I didn't do anything elaborate. I stopped eating points when I was out of points. That's it. That's it. When you're out of points, stop eating points. Chris, if you go to, I think I pinned it in the Wise Wingman group. I pinned it somewhere, but it's on simplemost.com. If you can't find it, message me and I'll shoot it to you, but it's out there. You should be able to find it. Yep. Scrolling through. So Marie says, Mike, help. I keep going up and down on the scale. So Maria, my guess is you're also going up and down in your tracker. So if you are tracking everything, except for maybe the 0-point foods if you don't want to, that's up to you. If you're following the plan works. So my suspicion is, I'm not calling you out, but my suspicion is if the scale's doing this, then so are you. So focus, spend this week really, really digging in, give me one solid week. Give me 7 days. That's it. I don't want you to do this for life. I don't want you to do this long term. I want you to do this for 7 days. 7 days, I want you to open your app every single meal. For 7 days, I want you to scan everything before you eat it. For 7 days, I want you to know the point value of every single thing you eat. I want you to get enough protein so that you can stop eating points when you're out of points. And at the end of 7 days, if you don't like the results, then let's chat. I'm pretty sure if you give me a solid 7 days, you're going to like what that looks like, and then you're going to want to repeat it. That's it. LaDonna, what are my 4 go-to places? So it all depends. Like, Subway, Jimmy John's are the easy ones. Applebee's is a 0-point chicken breast. And then tonight was City Barbecue, which is I get a smoked turkey, which is 0 points. I think it's 0 points. I called it 0 points. That's the hard thing for me. That's the hard thing with this freestyle stuff is, it's turkey, but is it the 0-point turkey or is it the 1-point turkey? I don't know how they make it. I called it 0. I had a pound of turkey for dinner, called it 0 points. It was yummy. Jane, dude, help you out. Yep. April says this show helps you keep your wife close by. That's why we call it Wise Advice. Yeah, I know the West Coast loves this time. So like I said, maybe we'll get into a schedule where some days are later and some days are earlier. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Scrolling through, catching up on your comments. Tammy says, by the way, Bub's Big Ugly Burger and the Elk Burger on lettuce wrap when you're in Carmel works since my 12-year-old nephew is bound determined he can eat a pound hamburger or not. Tammy, I didn't know you were in... Yeah, I go to Bub's Burger all the time. I have no idea what the points value is of a Bub's Burger. I can tell you this. I've eaten many of them. I lost 91 pounds while eating them consistently. I tracked it and called it 14 points. No idea how many points it really is. I called it 14. I was accountable to a number. Weeks that I had it, there were some, or days that I had it, The scale did go the opposite direction. I didn't have them every single night. I had one a week at the most, maybe occasionally two a week, maybe. And then there would be weeks I didn't have it. I was accountable to a program. The actual number isn't as relevant if you're sprinkling it in. Um, Very fun. So Mary, so it'll be a collaborative effort. So what they're going, the production company, I haven't really decided the exacts. I am not giving away my inbox. I tell you that right now. But I'm going to have a way for them to go into there so they can help curate some of them. And there will be things that I will certainly pull out. Yeah, I want to have my hand in that piece, but I also need them to help build the show around it. So what I want to do is this episode is about fitness. Next week is about people who reach goal or something like that. But I don't have the time to really dig in and put them into the right buckets. So I'll need them to do that, and then we'll figure out what it is. And so it's going to be a learning process for sure. But I'm not giving them control of my email. That's crazy. Robin says, do you think the lactic acid in muscles makes you weigh more? No idea. One thing I'm not is smart when it comes to that. So, but I'm pretty sure that I can't gain 91 pounds of lactic acid tonight. So whether the lactic acid in my muscle makes me weigh more or not, maybe. But I promise you, no matter what lactic acid I grow tonight, it's not going to be 91 pounds worth. So, it says, David, Dan says, no such thing as cold weather, only poor, no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing choices. Sorry. Jeanette, come on, focus. Go listen to this episode from the beginning and get your focus on. You got this. Andy, 2018 is your year. I like it. Lisa, come on, catch up a scale. I like it. You're already at goal, but you're waiting for the scale to catch up. Darlene says, you learned today from a friend that table salt has sugar in it. Okay, no idea. Donna, today I feel I can get the goal in lifetime. You can. You totally can. Totally can. Chris, happy birthday on Monday. Very cool. Happy birthday. Yep, Jennifer, 75 pounds down. Quit overthinking it. Just live healthy, eat healthy. You're fine. Yep, you guys got it. David, you're very welcome. Yep. Wow, we're just now. It's funny when I talk and then I try and catch up to your comments, and sometimes your comments are behind. I found a platform that Keith had sent me. There's a live streaming app where the comments are real time. We'll see. It's up to you guys. It's an app called caffeine.tv. That's as much as I know about it. So if you're if you're one of those people that wants to try new apps, there's an app called caffeine.tv. My username there is FatDag, so follow me over there. I haven't used it yet, but supposedly that app allows you to go live and there's no delay. It's as much as I know about it. But new technology. Yeah, Shannon, I had energy tonight. Mary, the name of my app is WhysAdvice. Yep, WhysAdvice. Go to your app store. If you go to your app store and type in FatDag or WhysAdvice, I promise you'll find it. If you can't find it, go to Google, go to my homepage, and click on the download the app button right from fatdag.com. That simple. You guys always answered, though. Very cool. Lisa, such a mind game. Yeah, totally is a mind game. David, it's right here. It's a camera angle. That's all. Yeah, mom's had company for months at the house, so let's see. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee at all. I don't drink hot liquids, and I don't like my food hot. You know, my wife laughs at me when I heat up food. 15, 20 seconds is as long as I ever heat up anything, really. I don't like hot food. I like it room temperature. Strange, I know. Soup, no. Hot chocolate, no. Um, Renee says, driving through Arizona to get back to California, seen a town called Daggett. How fun. I wish I owned it. Maria, 7 full days. You got it. That's it, just 7 days. Yeah, we went to City Barbecue tonight. Turkey, it was good. I didn't get a salad. I just got their smoked turkey. Um, David says, tonight's show was so fat dagging me. Great show. This show was fat dagging awesome. That's right. I like you guys all committing to 7 days. That's it. That's it. You don't have to do this for 7 days. That's it. Just 7 days. And then do 8. And then do 9. Jennifer, wearing a smaller size. Oh, I forgot to write in the book. Wearing a smaller size pair of jeans. Today bought another pair and the next size down as your motivation and mini goal focused. Very fun. Yeah, we will write in the book next time. I have the book right here, but the next show, we'll open the show tomorrow probably. Tomorrow's opening show will fill the book. Okay. I gotta get ready to go pick up my daughter, so we won't have time to do it tonight. But yep. And you can always catch the entire video on YouTube as well. So right, because we're streaming live on YouTube right now. If for some reason this entire show, it's obviously on Facebook, but for those of you on Instagram, if you're not a Facebook fan, the entire show is over on YouTube as well. So you can catch it live there. Willow's checking in for 7 days. Julie's driving through Georgia. Woohoo! Yeah, Shannon, right? So yeah, you're right. Applebee's grilled chicken is 0 points, and the steamed broccoli is 3. It's all that butter or whatever they make in the oil. Yeah, oil or butter. Yep. Kathy, good night. Scrolling down. Shane finally broke the barrier Wednesday at weigh-in. Shane 298.2. Killing it. Goodbye, 300. Goodbye. Brenda from Cincinnati, hello. Yeah, Laura, caffeine.tv is the name of the app. So if enough of you follow me over there, I'll do a live show just from that, just to test it. But I don't know anything about it. Keith was telling me about it. So I downloaded the app. But caffeine.tv, it's an app. It really is as much as I know. But if enough of you move over there, then we'll try it just for fun one night. So, Linda, good night. Let's see. All right, looks like a lot of you guys are checking out. So if I make it to the bottom, nope, keep going. Yeah, Judy says, your husband and I laugh that he has things Tom Temp and you're Judy Temp. Yeah, I don't like too hot food. It just doesn't work for me. Chris, checking in. Good to see you. Tammy says Daggett Town. So Chris is out west. So between Arizona and California, there's a town called Daggett. Chris, your mission is to fly your drone over that Daggett Town and give me some drone footage of Daggett Town somewhere between Arizona and California. That's your mission, Chris. For those of you who are not following Chris on Instagram, Source Films 8K, dude's got some amazing video footage that he shoots. So real good friend of mine. So if you're an Instagram person, Source Films 8K is his username on Instagram or YouTube. But Chris is awesome. All right, I think we're... I like it. Shannon says, you stop at a red light and there was a Ford Focus in front of you. A little subliminal message. Focus. Angie started her own book of awesome. Very fun. Jan drives a Focus. Very fun. Amanda says, "What's the deal with the book?" So Amanda, this is my book of awesome. It's just a journal, and so what I do, I'll just show you a couple things real quick, but we're not going to write in it tonight. It's a book that I ask you to write down. I always tell you guys, write down your non-scale victories, what's going awesome in your life. But I know that often you guys don't, so I write them down for you. And so here we are. Like for instance, let's see, Jan, on episode 117, your A1C went from 7.4 to 5.2. That was November 18th. Excuse me. Callista Tyler walked her first 5K for Project Lift at age 65. Lee had 7,365 steps on November 1st. Tiffany, 90 days of tracking streak back on October 14th. Let's see. Tammy went from a 3X to an XL on September 27th. So it's just a book that I keep a bunch of non-scale victories in. So tomorrow night we'll open the show with you telling me what you want me to write in the book. I bet you what I'll do is how's this will be fun. Tomorrow on Twitter, I will send out a tweet about the book. And if you reply to the tweet, I'll write you in the book. How's that? That'll be fun. Maybe. I make these things up as I go, and then I hold myself accountable to them. And I just keep adding more and more to my plate. So, crazy. Let's see. You guys can do this. Scrolling through. I can't even tell how many more comments there are. You guys are just incredible. Is it T-E-R, tear? Is that how you pronounce it? So you've been in your ear for your 5 a.m. workouts since September, down 14 pounds. Injured my back, so loving staying up late listening to you live from Jersey. Very cool. Yeah, Jen, I don't know where Lee is. We haven't seen Lee in a while. Yep, the Book of Awesome is awesome. There we go. Mary Lou says you bought a new car when yours was totaled and you bought a Ford Focus. What other choice is there? Duh. So cool, folks. Let's wrap this up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being an amazing wingman. Download the app, review the podcast in iTunes, please. Let's see what else. I guess that's it. That's the big one. Thank you. I love seeing all of you tagging new folks in Connect, letting them know to find the app and find the website. So thank you for that. I don't know what the plan is for tomorrow. Follow along on Twitter when I decide what time we're doing the show tomorrow. If it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I will send out a tweet from WhysAdvice to let you know exactly what time to catch the show tomorrow, and we'll go from there. But other than that, this has nothing to do with luck, right? This is not a journey about luck. This is a journey all about focus. You can do this. You absolutely can do this. You're going to do it. And when you do, we'll celebrate. So anyway, have a great night. Thank you very much. I wish you good focus. Instagram, bye. YouTube. Good night, YouTube.